Push the weight and now flex. Flex. The live is 1 in the 6. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. We ain't long stroking this evening. We get into the business. Sensei Stormy B is in the building. Right off the back. Since we're saying, this is why you got to be on time for class, y'all. Got to be on time for class. All right? Brandon Figueroa in the building. What's going on, brother?
Hey, hello, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your time. The brothers in Las Vegas. And, man, we're going to cook, man. We got a lot to cover. Trick note to you be in the building. He's on his way, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Smash the like button, like and share the video. And we on it, man. We on it. So let's have a conversation, brother. Damn. Where do I begin? So much to begin. Man. Let's get through the obvious stuff for those that don't know you. Let them know who you are.
Hello. Brandon Figueroa, 3-time world champ. I'm from Westaco, Texas. I'm Mexican American and just proud to be at the top of the level and fighting these top level guys.
Excellent, man. Excellent, man. How many years you been pro?
Excuse me?
How many years you been pro?
I've been pro for 10 years now.
10 years, man.
18, yeah. I'm 28 now.
No diggity doubt, man. So, for those that don't know, what weight you fighting at?
126.
126. Let's get this all out the way. I already told you, Cool Boy Steph is my guy, and that was like the illest scare when that bell rang, because I was like, I don't know about this one, and my man got the nod, but I was like, oh, I don't know about that one, and now you're running it back, and once again, I don't know about this one. So, your thoughts on this rematch coming up?
Man, I just feel excellent at this weight. I feel strong. Just feel more complete at this weight. I feel very comfortable, and the opposition that I faced these past 2 fights, they've been top level guys. That's the fights I want, the fights I've been looking for, and finishing it off with fighting Fulton. I mean, it's just it's gonna be an amazing night. I couldn't wait to get my leg back. Now we're gonna run it back at 126, and I just feel a lot stronger, a lot better at this weight class, and I just can't wait to showcase that come February 1st.
So what do you look to do at this weight class? If you're gonna give me a maybe a 24-month plan, what do you look to do at that weight class?
Just dominate. I want to be known as one of the best at 126. And hopefully challenge the man that's moving up, which is, everyone knows, Inoue. That's the fight that, he's a top level guy. I said I want those top level guys, and he's one of them. So hopefully everything goes well this fight. And, I'm not looking past Stephen Fulton, but I do want to cement myself as the best 126 pounder in the whole world. So that's the plan, that's the vision, and that's the goal in mind.
No diggity doubt. Are you familiar with Elijah Pierce?
Elijah Pierce? No.
Okay, that's my little bro. Just keep an eye out, because he's making some power moves.
Okay.
Before I go any further, Sensei Stormy B, man, you got anything to add?
Yeah. First of all, I'd like to once again welcome Brandon to the show, and thank you for taking time out of your schedule to come and chat it up with us, and hopefully we can bring you in as part of the family. I want to say that for a fighter of your ilk, one of the ways that because I critique fighters, and I break down matches, and that's what I do on my channel, but I like to say that you bring something that is not amongst a lot of the fighters of today. You have this disposition about not afraid to get into the mix of the fight, to not allow you to not hold yourself back from mixing it up, but it's done with character, it's done with intelligence, and it's done with tactic and skill and ring IQ. And it's one of the reasons why I had you in the first fight and with Fulton. And I was looking forward to this. And Drew knows, because he and I, we work together quite often, that there's a saying that I have that I say, revenge sometimes is a dish best served cold and old, because you've had some time in between. You've gone on and fought bigger and better fights. And I think you've come into this situation where I believe pedigree is really going to come into favor, but it's not going to be like a lot of people think. Your thoughts on the fact of what I'm talking about bringing something that is not, it's not the norm amongst your contemporaries, because we got guys that like to look slick and they kind of like pick and choose where they want to go in path. But sometimes when you go straight ahead, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. And when you're that way, you can carve out your own lane. Not only that, but the pretenders and everything have a tendency to fall off to the wayside or even avoid it or step out of the way. Your thoughts on that?
No, yes, sir. Yeah, I've always been a come forward fighter. Definitely has been like that my whole career. A lot of people has criticized my style, saying that it's very unsound, very unfundamentally, but it's been working out. This is the style that my dad implemented into us. It has traces of Salvador Sanchez, Julio Cesar Chavez, and a lot of other Mexican greats that my dad would watch. So, like I said, it's all implemented into mine and my older brother's style, because our styles are so similar. And obviously, I copied a lot of the similar styles to my brother. But obviously, I have a sort of a distinct style from him. But yes, going back to what you're saying, a lot of people think I just come forward, throw random punches, but everything has a method to the madness. I have a really good ring IQ. A lot of people think that I don't know what the heck I'm doing in there besides throwing punches from my angles, but everything has a purpose. I'm breaking down my opponent meticulously, setting him up, and working those body shots as well. I can also box lefty, righty. I can throw punches from my angles. I can pretty much do it all. I choose to fight a certain way because that's the way that I'm very comfortable in. But definitely this fight, I will be adding more to my arsenal. You guys will see a sharper Brandon, way sharper Brandon, more crisp, just a little bit more put together, as you can say. Same Brandon, same come forward action, volume punching, the same Brandon that has the fans on their edge of their seat and giving you guys a show. That's the whole point of boxing, is to entertain and go out there and win in spectacular fashion. Just like you said, I'm not a flashy fighter. I don't go out there to look good. I go out there to win. I go out there to dominate. I go out there to just impress myself and give a hell of a performance. So, like I said, I just can't wait to go out there and put it all together.
Yes, sir. And it's interesting. You mentioned ring IQ. A lot of people that critique boxers today, the good thing about the internet is that it gives everyone a voice, but that's also the bad thing. I know my way around the ring, but I'm not a professional. Storm is a trainer, so he'll see things that I won't see. But as far as IQ is concerned, there's a lot of things that is happening in the ring between fighters that a fan doesn't understand. Like when fighters match up and they're facing off, when the bell rings, that's a chess match. There's things that you're seeing that you're checking for with footwork and hand placement. You're trying to see what you can sneak in without him seeing it. You displayed that. One of my favorite fights that I've seen you win was a Mexayo fight. And a lot of people didn't understand what they were looking at. one thing that I did watch, the work to the body was magnificent. And it paid you dividends later in the fight. I was very entertained and I was very impressed watching your work in that fight. And I was like, man, I mean, from start to finish, I said, man, there's a lot of people that don't understand what you was doing. And it was a very entertaining fight, man. That was a fight where I remember I had to take a leak in between. I forgot which round, but I ran in the bathroom. I had to hurry up and come back because I didn't want to miss one moment. I was very entertained, and you showed exceptional IQ. And I said back then, I said, if you keep at this, you're gonna be a problem. You're gonna be a problem in that division. And for me, it's unfortunate because Stephen Fulton's my guy. But damn, man, on the outside looking in, if gun to my head right now, I'm picking you for the win, you know. And like I said, this is just boxing here. This is just boxing, and you know, he's had a couple of hiccups in his career. The Inouye situation, his comeback fight, he got dropped, didn't he? He got dropped, and now this you running it back, so you already know each other, and this is just what it is. I'm just keeping it honest, man. And my gosh, man, a salute to 280 online in that super chat. Much love and appreciation. My brother Trick Noty in the building, man. Salute.
Salute. Good evening. Stormy, Drew. Hey, Brandon Figueroa, it's an honor to be talking with you. I'm the one that reached out to you through Steph. I'm out here in Houston. The guy out here in Houston.
Okay.
Yeah. How you doing today?
Good. Yes, sir. Yeah, just finished doing the yoga class right now. Gonna relax on my day off today and just go home, play some video games, and relax.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to your fight, man. February the 1st. I plan on being on out there. I'm trying to get
Awesome.
things ready to get out there to the fight, man. But you know, me looking at you and your style, I was just talking about your style. Me personally, when I see you fight, I don't really kind of see Chavez and all them guys. I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna think I'm crazy for saying this. When I see you fight, you remind me of a Mexican version of Wayne McCullough. Because Wayne McCullough would go up and down and up and down, hitting to the body. And when you fought Luis Neri, man, I thought that was your best performance because, man, you were going up and down, and then you came with that hook up under that, I guess like a 45, what it seemed like, to the body, man, and you got him out of there, man. So that's me on your style, man. But love your style. I heard you say, well, you know, people listen to no, man, you got a great style, man. A crowd pleasing style. So
Thank you.
no problem.
Go ahead, Stormy.
Yeah, I want to say, you know, this is what it's all about. Did you say that it was your dad that brought you and your brother up through your careers to put you on the path that you're currently riding?
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, he's the one that taught us everything there is to know about fighting, especially in our styles. That's why our styles are so unique, so different. Is because they were made from scratch. They call him the architect back where we're from, that he builds champions. So, you know, my dad definitely he had the vision, and somehow, some way, he just put that style into us. In our circuit board, and we just go forward. We don't know how to go back. We just go forward, and you know, we're just, our work ethic and our work rate is what speaks for itself, and just going out there, putting our punches together, and throwing 1,000 punches per fight. You know, I don't know. It's just something that my dad came up with and implemented into us.
You know, what's interesting is that I would tell people, you know, working with fighters in the gym, I would say, when you first start someone out sparring, like especially if you got young kids, the young ones, they start out. When you start them out and you ring that bell, you give them their instructions, you ring that bell, tell them what to do when they get out there. I'm gonna turn my camera off for a moment because it's lagging. When you tell them what to do and they get out there and they start moving around, you could see a lot about a fighter's temperament early in the early stages. Some will go forward, some will like pause and maybe take a step to the side or circle a little bit. Some will walk forward and then take steps backwards. Now, that's very important to pay attention to, because what's being defined in that very instance is the temperament of the subject. Right there and then is when the temperament is being revealed. A lot of people pass that moment up. But what happens is, even if you want the guy to go forward, or if you want the guy to take a step back, or if you want them to do different from what they're doing initially, you allow them to do what they do, but you also add those other nuances to what they do so that they can be more comfortable at any place of what they're doing. And the best place to start to get a new subject comfortable is being in close proximity. 2 reasons. One, being in close proximity will allow you to get adjusted to someone being the opposing threat on the other side. 2, it'll give you the opportunity to learn how to take advantages yourself of being close on the inside. 3, you learn how to defend and be effective by being right there in what they used to call the dead zone. See, a lot of people don't know that about boxing. The center of the ring used to be called by old trainers the dead zone, because that's where no man really wants to be if he's not equipped, if he doesn't have a complete toolbox. And so when I watch fighters, and what I alluded to earlier when I was talking about you and your style, yes, you go forward, but it's done with IQ. It's done with the understanding of you've got these things that I'm talking about down pat, these principles, and everybody's not comfortable that way. Everybody is not willing to be that guy. But what they don't know about you is that, yes, that's what you do, but you can do other things too. But you're good at it, and you don't need to change, because if the opponent can't deal with it, then you turn it up on them even more, because that's what happens when pressure bursts pipes. You turn the steam up on them, and you take that away from them. A lot of times, a guy don't have a second gear or a plan B or even a plan C. And that's what makes a complete fighter, one who is able to adjust to an adjustment. So, like I said earlier, when I'm watching you, that's a compliment. And I did not know you were going to be on with us this evening. So these guys can attest to that. I didn't know. So I'm excited because, like I said, I got my breakdown video coming up for you guys the week of the fight. And to be able to talk to you tonight is a great thing, because I get to tell you these things personally, because that's why you'll understand if you watch my breakdown. This is where, you know, everything comes from me having assessed your abilities. And lastly, let me say this. I looked at your body of work, and I've pretty much seen your last, I want to say 7 or 8 fights. And starting with that Neary fight, like Trick Nolte just said, salute to your aunt. Starting with that fight, and then you had Fulton, then Castro, then Maxeo, and Magdaleno. Those guys, each and every fight was something different from you. The performance, the result, and everything. And the only one that you didn't get the result that I thought you should have got was the Fulton fight. So just imagine all of that progression, but that you had that one hiccup where you didn't get that decision, but that doesn't mean you lost, okay? But the progression has been there, and that's a lot different from who you're facing in your upcoming fight, and it's a lot different from your contemporaries. because there are not enough guys who are having matches and matchups where they get a chance to not only learn but put on display that they can do more than one thing in there. So I just wanted to say that.
I appreciate that. Yes, sir.
Now, what do we have to do to get a unification? Well, you're the champion, and Ray Vargas is a champion in recess, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, they elevated me to full champion.
Okay. Just real. How do they work that out? By the way.
I don't know. One day I just got a text or a call from my dad saying that they elevated me, that they stripped Ray Vargas, and that I got elevated to world champion to defend my title against Stephen Fulton February 1st. So I was like, all right, added more risk to the fight, added more fire to the fight, and it made it more interesting. So yeah, I mean, I couldn't be any more happier.
Did anybody try and disrespect you and call you an email champion?
No. I mean, I feel like everyone knew that I've been wanting to fight Ray Vargas for the longest time. Everyone knew that he had been ducking me. I don't really talk on social media. I don't like to talk at all. But
Good.
People know. People understand, and people know, and I feel like they assumed that he didn't want to fight, because after the years of me being mandatory, and me not trying to call him out, not to seem disrespectful, but I was calling him out at the same time. Yeah. And I mean, it was common sense. It was common sense to make that fight between me and him. I was been the mandatory since that Castro fight, because when he beat Maxayo, I was the winner of me and Castro were supposed to fight the winner of the main event. And nope, he didn't want to smoke. He fought in, I think, Saudi Arabia, or I think he moved up 130, challenged the Foster, lost, came back to defend the belt against Ball, and got a draw. So yeah, I think he just been trying to keep the belt as long as he could. And the WBC said, you know what, you're not an active champion. Let's give it to Brandon and let's go.
How many opportunities that you could think of that he had to fight you? Was it like several opportunities, or just like? I
mean, yeah, I think like two to three opportunities that he was supposed to fight, but that he got injured and the fight kept getting pushed back. I think 2022, I trained here in Vegas for almost half a year, just waiting for a fight with him, just waiting for something. Because at that time I was mandatory and I was supposed to fight him around, I think 2022, around August, September, October. I think like I said, I was in Vegas for like 6 months training, and I never fought until I think February or March. So yeah, it did suck just wasting time here, wasting time in camp. But like I said, I stayed active, stayed patient, and now we have a bigger and better fight here.
Yeah, he's an action guy too. I would love to have seen it.
Yeah,
but
me too.
This is actually, I figured that, but that's not something I leaned on. But now that you're saying it, it does make sense, because I'm looking at the rankings. I'm saying champion recess, and I said, oh yeah, and you were elevated, but I don't recall them fighting. What the hell happened? So yeah, that's clearly what's been done. What about a unification between you and Nick Ball?
I'm with it. I've never been scared of anyone to get in there with anyone. I want to fight the best of the best. Like I'm keeping it a buck. I'm keeping it 100%, and I've been saying this since the start of my career. I want to fight the top level guys, man. I want to fight the best of the best. I want to keep proving myself and keep proving to everyone that, my style is unique for a reason, and I'm dangerous in every way. And but first I gotta get over Stephen Fulton. I gotta right that wrong. And I feel like once I do that, I mean, the doors are gonna open. The doors are definitely gonna open, whether to unify against the champions in my weight class, Inui, whatever the case is. Me and my team are willing, and I want those fights. I want those champions, and I want to unify, and I want to, I want to be great. I don't want to be good. I want to be great. I want to be known as one of the best fighters in the whole planet. So let's get it. I'm excited and motivated. 2025 is going to be a great year for boxing, and I just want to go out there and keep beating these top level guys.
Is the goal, when you say to be great, I got to ask the fighters of today this question. If the goal is to be great, does that mean at 126? Because I see you mentioned Monster Nui. He's He's at 122 right now. And of course, that's a money fight. Are you interested in cementing legacy by way of becoming undisputed? Or if in between that, as you're winning, Inui says, I got X amount of money for you, come to Tokyo or whatever. Will you stop what you're doing to do that? Or are you going to pursue legacy and say, yo, look, I'm doing something right now. You got to come see me.
No, man. I mean, I'm here to fight. Like I said, I'm here to fight the top level guys, and who is the top level guy right now is Inui. So if I can have the opportunity to fight him, if I can have the opportunity to fight a champion, I'm willing. I'll fight. I'll do both. Like I said, I'll fight Inui, go back to continue my legacy. To me, it's just bringing you guys the best fights. Seeing the matches that you guys want to see, and I'm not ducking no one. You know, I just, like I said, you guys wanted me to see me fight Nick Ball, Angela Leo, David Espinosa, yeah, all of them.
Undisputed, man. I love that.
Sure.
I got a 2-part question for you. And that's very good to hear, by the way. Nick Ball being a fighter that had an opportunity against Raymond Ford over there in a Riyadh season event. He doesn't necessarily have international appeal, but you do. Would you be willing to participate in a Riyadh season event for a unification opportunity instead of just asking a guy like to come over here, or they trying to ask you to go to the UK?
Right.
Because that's where he's made his name over there.
In Turkey, giving out that bread.
But being in a situation to face the best opposition, what I've noticed is that Turkey is putting together guys who are willing to go into those competitive matches like that. So would you be willing to do that? And then, if so, yes, and you are successful, that makes it even easier for a chance with someone like Inui, because he just signed on in the second, if not third quarter of, I think it was the third or fourth quarter of last year, to participate in Riyadh season starting this year sometime. So I could kind of see things lining up. Your thoughts about that?
Yes, man. I mean, I'll be really happy to go out there and fight. I mean, I'm a small town kid. You know, I've been only fighting in the U.S. I never fought internationally in the amateurs. Never fought out of the country. So it would be my first time experience. It would be my first time traveling somewhere and fighting. And yeah, man, I'm all for it. I'm all for the competition. I'm all for the risk, the high risk, high stakes. I mean, let's get it. You know, this is what boxing is about. Let's make it exciting. Let's make it fun again. I feel like boxing needs to go back to its traditional ways where it doesn't matter, man. Just fight it out. Give the fans what they want to see. And I feel like that's why boxing has kind of been dying. But I feel like this year, 2025, is going to be an amazing year for boxing. Starting off with this card, elite level, high level boxing. So yeah, man, I mean, I'm excited. I'm pretty sure you guys are excited as well, especially the real boxing fans. That how you guys said, you guys break down everything. I love watching boxing with guys that know every little thing, every little breakdown. If they're jabbing to the body, you know, when I watch boxing with my friends, they love it because I give them insight that no one can give them, and I give them details, or I'll be like, oh, he's hurt, and my friends are like, what? And then a couple like 10, 20 seconds later, they go down and they're like, what? How did you know that? Like, come on, man. This is what I do for a living. But I absolutely love boxing, man. It's just an amazing sport. The competitiveness of it, the way that it's so meticulous, that you can break everything down, and people don't know, like how you said, people are blind to it. People just see two guys just going at it, but they don't know the I guess the mindset, the willpower, the physicality of it, the mental aspect that people don't really see is that it takes time. You know, it takes time to break someone down, especially a man that's forged, a man that's battle tested, a man that has been in there with other elite fighters. You know, people have to understand that it's crazy for just to watch another fighter break down an opponent like that, or break down a man, break his will down, break his willpower. You know, it's amazing. So that's why I'm in love with boxing, and I feel like it's one of the most competitive sports out there. And I feel like I said, 2025 is going to be an amazing year, and it's all thanks to fans like you guys that break everything down, because that's what makes boxing.
Now I got one more question for you. Check this out. This card that you're participating on, man, like I said earlier, everybody in each of the matchups could be their own main event, right? So it's like, how does that make you feel? It's like you got all these stars on there with you that night. It's like, are you like chomping at the bit to see some of the other matchups as well?
I mean, man, honestly, as every boxing fan knows, is the main event. That's the fight. I feel like that's like basically that's like the Canelo Crawford hype, I guess, because of the level of boxing that it has. Obviously, it's not a Canelo Crawford, right? But I want to say it's up there. I want to say just because of the elite level, the risk that it has, the hype that it has, both fighters. It's just amazing, man. It's just amazing to be a part of a card that is actually elite level. You know, I'm excited as well. It's pay-per-view, T-Mobile Arena. You also got Pitbull in there. You got Jesus Ramos. So it's a stacked card. But I'm definitely very excited for obviously mine and the main event, of course. So
Yeah.
I
don't think Pitbull has a cakewalk himself either. I think that fight is going to be, it could be tougher than people know, that fight that he's got coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I feel like the whole card is going to be great, even the prelims. But I'm definitely, like I said, I'm very, very excited for the co-main event. I don't know who the co-main event is and the main event. That's why I'm very, very excited. But I'm just joking. Yeah, co-main event is going to be awesome. Main event is going to just be awesome. But I'm going out there to steal the show and keep doing what I do, man. It's just dominate and keep, beating these top level guys.
Well, you never disappoint. And salute to our brother Felix Nunez in that super chat. Much love. He said, you really got the champ on. Big fan, bro. Monster. Felix Nunez is one of our brothers, man. Man,
Thank you.
You're an entertainer, brother, and you give it all. We get everything. We get some boxing. We get a chess match. And when it's time to bang, you in the pocket, man. And it's an educated thing. It's not an emotional rah. You're in there thinking. We see that. And it's funny when you tell your buddies when you watch, you say, oh, he's hurt, and they don't see what you see. That's how we feel here.
Yeah.
People don't see it the way we see it. And it'll be something in the pocket. It'll be something during the clinch. When you break it, you see something. We're like, oh, you saw that? And the untrained eye would be like, no. And 2 seconds later, he's wobbling around the ring. I was like, I told you. He got hit. Short little uppercut on the inside. You didn't even see that. I've seen it. I felt it. I'd rather get hit in jaw than in the body. That's the man. Oh man. I was in the gym. I got hit in the body so hard. Man, I fought it so loud. It was ridiculous. I thought I crapped my pants. It was crazy. But man, it's a science, man. But we're supporters of the sport, man. And I'm looking forward to this card. And I got you winning. And it's no shade to my brother Steph, but this is boxing, and we're just keeping it honest here. Before I move forward, yo, Ant, what you got? You got anything else?
Yeah, I got something. Wow, I got a double question too, like Storm is to say. First one is, the main event, David Benavidez versus David Morrell. Who you got in that fight and why? And also, can you touch on your documentary that you'll be doing with Univision, your English and your Spanish documentary?
No, yes, sir. Yeah, I've been honestly, my favorite modern day fighter has been Benavidez, man. Back then, my only idol that I would look up to has been my older brother. I don't really watch boxing like that. I'm a big fan, especially with the elite level boxing. I'll tune in. But other than that, I don't really watch boxing. But Benavidez, man, he's just an exciting. He kind of reminds me of me, but just a bigger weight class. He comes forward, throws hella punches. Very exciting fighter. He's Mexican as well. He has that killer instinct, that ruggedness of him, that he doesn't back down, and that that's the fighter that I feel like a lot of people love to see, man. Just a come forward fighter. He loves fighting. He loves getting hit. He loves the action of it, and I'm the same way. So I'm gonna give it to Benavidez just due to the fact that his spirit, his fighting spirit. He has a lot of experience. He's been in there with top level guys. And I mean, he throws a lot of punches. He commits to the body as well. But I'm not taking away nothing from David Moreau. He's very very crafty lefty. He's very smart, man. I feel like a lot of people underestimate his ring IQ. But he's very smart, strong, and quick. Benavidez, I feel like he has to be very careful. But I feel like Benavidez' pressure, his relentless volume punching will give him the edge. I feel so. And if he commits early to the body, even better. So I want to give the edge to Benavidez, but I still see it like a 60-50 fight. Honestly, but I want to give the edge a little bit to Benavidez.
Fair enough. And to talk about your documentary.
Yes, and my documentary, it's a TV network from where I am back home, South Texas. They're just gonna do a documentary, follow me around camp. We just come from a small town. Me and my older brother are the only world champions to come out of the valley, as they say it. And yeah, man, we come from we're a very poor, I want to say, section down there. We're literally where I live 15 minutes away from the border. It's maybe 10 minutes away from the border. My parents live 20 minutes from my house to the other city, literally the border city, crossing the border, which is called Rio Bravo, Tamaulipas. And my dad and mom, they just crossed the river and set up shop there in Weslaco, the first city that was right along the border. And it's been home to us for, years, 28 years now for me. And, it's a small city, small town, very, very poor. But, we're on the come up. We're definitely putting a spotlight on our city and putting the city on the map. And mostly for the kids, man. I love the kids. I love doing a lot of community work. I love inspiring the kids. I used to be a kid as well, looking up to one of the professional fighters that bought me my first ever Happy Meal from McDonald's. And to me, it was the best thing ever. So that's why I do what I do. I give back so much because I still remember that, and it impacted me so much, receiving a gift from someone that said, here, let me make this kid happy. Let me buy him a Happy Meal. I never had a Happy Meal with a toy, so for me it was like the best thing ever. So I know if I can impact a kid 5, 6, 7, 8 years old and let them know that they're not alone, that they can do it, that if I did it, they can do it as well. So that's my biggest motivation as well.
Let me say this, man. Salute to your dad and your mom for putting together a young man and your brother to have that type of attachment and foot to the ground, because when you have that type of mindset, and there's a place and a resource that you can draw strength from that the common guy can't do. And see, that's why you fight the way you fight. You fight with real spirit. You see, it's not phony when it comes to you. What you do is, it's been instilled in you from an early point in life, but you still have enough gravity with it all that it's you know how to compartmentalize it, and you know how to draw from it. And see, that's enough that can make a difference. We had another brother in the community. He's departed now, but his name was Curtis Anderson, and we called him Kurt Sugar.
Kurt Sugar.
And he was a historian. We often talked about boxing and matchups and everything, and he would speak of the intangibles. The intangibles are aspects that a fighter can bring to the ring or not have enough of to make a difference in a fight. And a lot of that is centered around character. Character and resolve can go so many places that talent can't go.
Right.
Because talent, almost anyone can have a talent, but not everyone has character, and not everyone has resolve. So when you mix it all together like that, where you might come up short with a little talent, some of that resolve will push you through. Where the resolve doesn't add, then that character comes through. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's a little bit of everything. So there's just enough to keep the machine going, where others will tap out.
Yes, sir.
Salute to Shawa, one of our queens in the super chat. She says, would you like to ultimately open a gym for the kids in your town nearby? She says, salute and blessings, Brandon. The W is yours on the first. And like I said, Stephen Fulton is a friend to the show, but we keeping it honest. We keeping it honest. So would you be like interested in opening up a gym for the babies?
Oh man, that's actually the perfect question, man. I've been working on 2025 is gonna be a great year for me and my team. We're working on rolling out scholarship to schools. My gym is gonna be the hub for a lot of charity events. I want to bus. I've talked to a lot of troubled schools, a lot of troubled teen schools that a lot of kids are under for fighting. They go home to a broken home. Parents are, either drugged up or they have to go home to 5-6 kids that they have to take care of. And I'm talking about like 13, 14, 15, teenagers that they go home to broken homes. And what do? They go out, hang out with their friends. They do bad stuff. So I have big plans for my community, starting off with these kids, get them out of trouble, get them out the streets, bus them to my gym, have counselors, therapists, talk to these kids, maybe even
therapists. Yeah. That's serious right there. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So I'm working on big things. I haven't announced anything yet because I want everything to be done. Once everything's finalized, then I'm gonna start. I want to release that. I want to start a foundation, organizations to help out these kids, help out special needs kids. I want to have different workshops with like dentists, academics, just different things that these kids can come and pick their brain,
When you're ready to launch that idea, come back to us and we will help you promote the hell out of it.
Absolutely, man.
You're more than welcome to come back with us and we will help get the word out about that, because we have people from all walks of life, professionalism, and as a part of this community that what we do. So we can definitely help support you on that and get the word out.
We got doctors and lawyers in the chat right now.
Appreciate it, guys.
My goodness, man. That may be one of the greatest things we've heard from a guest.
Yeah, and didn't I say just a moment ago, I talked about his character and his resolve. This is why he's the type of fighter he is. I tell you, Drew can tell you, and Anthony can tell you as well, Brandon. I see boxing totally different than most of the guys. Like I said, I've worked with guys in the gym. I've trained with both amateur and professional guys, and I just see it. I see it a little bit different. So, and I can be harsh in my critique, and I could be amusing, but at the same time, it's never being ignorant about the process and understanding fighters. So, dude, I take my hat off to you for what you've got going.
Since we're on that part of the topic, I want to ask you. We know you had some like hiccups, personally. I don't want to get into what personally. What I want to know is, how do you mentally go through that and handle it and move forward with the vigor that you do?
I mean, first off, God, the man upstairs,
There you go. There you go.
My family, of course. My family has always been real. They have always kept me grounded. Here in camp with me, I have my mom, my dad, my older brother, my little brother, my girlfriend. I have my sister with me, my little niece that was just born. It's just a fact, man. It's just very, very, very amazing having my family here supporting me. They facilitate everything for me. They ease my mind. They bring me peace. And the whole time, man, I'm just working out here with the love of boxing. I love boxing. I'm passionate about it. This is everything that I ever dreamed of just waking up, doing boxing, every day. Just bettering myself, and I couldn't give no more thanks than to God and my family that have kept me grounded, kept me in a straight arrow. So big shout outs to them, and they're my fuel. They're the reason why I do all this. Besides the people back home, I've been away from home for approximately like 4 or 5 months. I miss home, but I gotta get this W first. I gotta bring back a W and let the kids know, keep inspiring them, keep motivating them, and let them know like, hey, you can also be in the biggest of stages. You can also be known all around the world. You just gotta work hard, man. So just big shout out to God, and big shout out to my family for keeping me.
Man, I gotta tell you, Brandon, I was a supporter of you already, but I'm more and more in this conversation. I'm becoming a bigger supporter. You know what I mean? Because now I'm getting to talk to you as a man, and this isn't. I've been fooled many times, but that's from people wearing masks. And outside of that, I'm a good judge of character. And what you're sharing with us right now is a whole bunch of great character, not good, but great character. And this is normal for you. This is normal behavior. You forwarded information about giving back to your community, to the kids. You know what I'm saying? And that, in my mind, that's like phenomenal. That is ultimate character. You know what I mean? And like Stormy says, man, you show that in the ring. And I've become, with this conversation, I've become more of a supporter of you, because not only as a fighter, but I'm comfortable supporting you as a man now. And I can't say that about a lot of fighters, whether I've talked to them or not. There's a few fighters active, and unfortunately I could look at them and say, we're in the ring, but they're assholes outside of the ring. Assholes. And I don't even want to speak to them because I know what they're about. And it'll be the simplest thing that'll turn me off. Boxing is a direct reflection of life. I don't want to harp on this too long, but my channel, my audience knows me. I'll always say Floyd Mayweather is the most brilliant man I've seen today in this era of boxing in the last 2 decades, stylistically. But outside the ring, he's a fucking asshole. He's an asshole. All right? The guy has no character at all. It's refreshing to talk to a man like you. Just listening to you, and I can tell everything you're saying is second nature. The first thing I picked up, you have a strong connection with your family. That is important. Second thing I picked up is you're a God-fearing man. That's all you need. The third thing I've noticed is that family, God, a direct reflection of your performance in the ring, which is why when you eventually hang it up, I'm calling it right now. You're going to be a Hall of Fame fighter. I'm calling it right now.
Sir.
And that's what I got to say about that, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
No doubt. Trick, what you got?
Yeah, man, that's great, man. What you're saying. One thing I respect about you too is you got away from home to go train. A lot of young fighters want to stay home, and party and hang out. Even though you're out there in Vegas, but still, at the end of the day, man, you got away from home, to go train. You want to miss where you at, and I always bring this up, man. When I went to Aaron Davis in New York, man. He had a guy, young guys, amateur, big guy, southpaw fight, and he wanted him to go to another part of New York, go train to get away from. He was in the Bronx, Drew. Yeah, I was in the Bronx, and he told me, he goes, "Hey man, sometimes you gotta make sacrifices, man." He said he just weddings, birthdays, Christmas, birth of the son, just to, we can go train. Like I say, I respect it about you, man. You got away from, get away from home to come out to Vegas and train.
No, yes, sir. Yeah, that's I tell my friends and family, I'm like, hey, like, they miss me, and especially I'm really close to my family back home, my cousins. But hey, this is my job, this is my career, this is everything that I ever wanted to do growing up, my dreams, man. So I'll sacrifice anything. I missed Halloween, Thanksgiving. My birthday was December 29th. Couldn't really celebrate it. Couldn't really eat tamales and pozole. So good. So yeah, man, it's all sacrifices. But like I said, I'm used to this. I've been boxing my whole life. Even since I was in middle school, I've been missing holidays. I've been missing birthdays. High school, nonetheless. In my 20s, So all this is just, it's kind of clockwork for me at this point, and I know what I must do. I know what God has planned for me. I know what my job is. And I absolutely love what I do, man. I wouldn't see myself doing anything other than boxing. I know, it's not a sport where it has a lot of longevity in it. That's why I'm trying to, be smart and invest my money as well. But at the same time, I got to do what I got to do. I tell my friends all the time, hey, if I have to be home, if I have to be away from home for a year, I'll do so. If it takes that for me to be at the top of my game, I'll do so and keep doing what I do, man, which is fight.
How important it is for you to stay away from home while you're training in camp? How important is that, and how does that affect your ring performance?
I mean, everything. Just being away from your comfortability zone just changes character, builds character. It makes you stronger mentally, physically. You don't have the things that are easily accessible to you. I'm totally locked in, focused with boxing, like 110%. I'm just boxing. I do boxing full time. I've never worked a day in my life. Thank God. My whole job description is just, full-time boxer. I eat, train, sleep, professionally as much as I try to. But other than that, man, this is all I do. This is all I've ever done. This is all I ever wanted to do. So, at this point in life, I'm just keep going, man. I'm just pushing and keep giving the best of the best of my ability to give you guys the best version of myself inside the ring. And like I said, man, I want to be one of the greats. I want to bring traditional boxing back. And yeah, man, just keep going out there and beating the best of the best.
Well, let me just add this to what you just said about being great and offering the best. You're doing exactly that right now. You're walking in a certain type of truth that will allow you to not only be recognized for bringing traditional boxing back, you're actually walking in that right now. And as far as greatness, as long as you remain with the same type of mindset and spirit that you are exemplifying, as well as the desire to continue to want to be the best in your craft, you'll be leading by example. And that's the best way to do it, because a lot of people don't understand that it does require rolling the sleeves up and sometimes putting your hand in the mud to get something. But guess what? Pearls are found buried at the depths of the sea, not laying on the ocean shores. You know what I'm saying? So just remember that, and you keep on being that man that you are, brother. You're gonna go far.
Man, this is I don't know if y'all remember, but this is just as refreshing as when we had Danny Romero on the panel. Yeah, you remember that when we had Danny Romero up here? Because I love hearing fighters that want to give back, and it's not from a place of them wanting recognition. It's just in their soul to do that.
Yeah.
And I respect it, man. I respect it. And how old are you, Brandon?
28.
28.
28. My God, man.
You don't hear a lot of young fighters talking like that, man.
You don't hear a lot of young fighters talking how you talk, brother.
You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb. The last fighter I've seen giving back, reaching out in his community like that, a young fighter, you know what it was? Vernon Forrest.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Vernon Forrest, man.
Vernon
He
Forrest.
was working with a lot of disabled, handicapped kids and stuff like that. Man.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys.
So I'm gonna ask the question again because some people showed up late. 24 months, as we're still in January. Give me. I'm gonna be greedy. Give me 5 names. Granted, you're successful on February 1st. Give me 5 names in a 24-month period you like to see.
Inui,
Uh-huh.
just because you guys mentioned Nick Ball,
Yep.
I want to mention him.
Mhm.
Maybe Angelo Leo. I want to fight also Espinosa, the champion at 126.
Like that.
Go to Saudi at the Riyadh. It'll be the epic. Just fighting either in Japan or Saudi in the Riyadh season. I'm thrilled. I'm there. Sign me up. Whatever I have to do. But first, like I said, I gotta get this W February 1st. Stephen Fulton's no pushover is gonna be an exciting fight. But yeah, like I said, give me the best of the best. Give me the top guys. I'm there. Sign me up and tune in. That's it. Just tune in. I'm gonna give you guys the best of my ability every time, no matter who I fight. I'm always gonna train 110% to give you guys the best version of myself and keep improving, keep evolving, and keep showing you guys just different stuff. I have a very unique style that's very eye-catching and very entertaining, and I'm gonna keep it like that, man. I want to give you guys the best of the best and keep building my community work, maybe reach more people, more kids, and maybe go state, national, international, hopefully worldwide. But as of right now, taking it day by day, taking it step by step. But yes, thank you guys for this interview, and man, I'm just excited. And that 24-month period, just you bringing it up to me, just so many opportunities, so many possibilities, so many great fights to be made, and like I'm just getting anxious just thinking about these matchups, and like I said, just giving you guys the fights that you guys want to see. Kicking off February 1st, kicking off 2025 strong. I'm excited.
No doubt. Go ahead. Oh, you're on mute. Brother. Yeah, come off mute.
Oh, my bad. I was on mute. My bad. Well, I got one more question for you.
Yes, sir.
How high do you think you can go up? You 5'8", man. I think you can at least go up to 140. How high do you think you can go up?
Yeah, I've actually talked about that with my team. I think 140 will be the limit. Maybe pushing it 147. But yes, I do have the stature to bulk up. So yeah, definitely that's a possibility.
Okay.
Oh man, that's dope. Real quick, talking about Inui, are you familiar with how they wrap hands in Japan?
Not
Did you hear anything about that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, there was a discrepancy when when Scooter went to Japan, they had a whole conference about how he wraps his hands. And it was stacking. When I saw the damn video, it was definitely stacking. But it's legal over there. Now, Scooter had a decision to make. Do you stay there and fight and don't let the boy hit you, or you pack up and go home? He chose to stay and fight, and Inui hit him. You know, Stacks or not, that kid could punch. Okay. So my question to you is, we all know, and that's another thing. Anui's getting that Riyadh money. So if you end up going over there for a Riyadh season showdown with Anui in Japan, now that I've told you, is that something you want to investigate yourself, just to have a look at to see what's going on?
I mean, stack me up as well, and let's get it. That's it.
Smoke.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There you go. There you go.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right.
But no,
That's right.
listen, this is something that they do over there.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been able to do it. He's fought a few times outside of there, but not a lot. And he has yet to fight on Riyadh season, you know, so let's just know that Turkey ain't for that.
Yeah.
He ain't for that stuff either. You know, he's definitely a guy that's going to hold the integrity of the sport. You have to win fights on his cards on your merit, not on assistance. And we've seen several guys with prominent names who have been known to be successful tank down, no pun intended, tank down being on those Riyadh season events. And it's not by accident. It's not. So with that being said, yeah, that's another thing that we do here. We tell the truth, and we let it be known. And if you were not aware of that, it's good that you now are, because as Drew said, you know, you can have a chance to look into some things yourself and have some of your people make some inquiries. But yeah, you know, that's the one thing about going outside of the country and being in another culture. They kind of get away with certain things. But let me say this once and for all. What's happening in the Riyadh season events is a little bit different. It's more of a traditional, disciplined environment. Yep. Fighters are treated with respect. They are treated with the type of support, love, and dignity that you guys earn, you know, and are deservedly so. So that's the one positive thing about those Riyadh season events. And I haven't heard anybody complain, you know, coming out of there about not being treated with class. Also, that Ring Awards event that they just had, where, you know, Turkey has, he basically is now the forebearer of you know, the Ring magazine now, and he's trying to bring the integrity of that back too, because I know Oscar had it for a number of years, but now you're going to see it, and the way he's done with the promotion of the events and everything, he's going to throw that same type of energy into the magazine and the brand of Ring. And I love that too, because at the end of the day, can you imagine it one day being that the Riyadh events are where you real champions fight, the real champions, and you're getting the best competition against one another, where promoters were a little shy and apprehensive about putting matches together because they didn't want to risk their guy and all of that kind of stuff. Hey, you treated with that respect, and it could be a one face, one name, one champion type deal fighting on his events.
Yeah, definitely. Let me say this. In Riyadh season, you get what I like to say, organic outcomes. Who you fighting under right now?
PBC Al Heyman.
PBC Al Heyman, okay. It's all right. I ain't gonna ask that question. All right. How do I ask this question? Okay. Turkey will give you. You obviously know money's no issue with the man. So if a Nick Ball or Espinoza fight is on the table, and it's unification, and the two different entities like not meeting, from what I understand, Turkey will reach out to you personally. Now, I'm not sure how that works, but I know in a situation like, for example, Jao Patai, he had a decision to make. I think it was I forgot it. It was about two opponents ago, and they said, "Okay, you take that fight in Riyadh season. We're gonna strip you your belt." He said, "Well, f that. Take the belt. Let me go get this money. I'll go get the belt back." And I'll be damned, he did that. I wouldn't be mad if you did that. I wouldn't be mad if you did something like that, because it's this game is it's thankless at times. But at the same time, I think you'll be able to kill a lot of birds with one stone, because at your division and where you're ranked, especially being that you're a belt holder, you're in a position of power. And if Turkey ever calls you up and say, "Hey, you want to unify with Espinoza or Nick Ball?" I'm not sure. They've been PBC fighters on Riyadh season cards. I don't know how that works. I haven't spoken to anybody that's been in that. But would it be something would it be against the rules? I don't know how it works. Help me out here, because I don't know everything.
Oh man, I honestly I wish I could answer that for you, but I wouldn't really know. But I mean, just going back to just talking to my team, talking to my managers, and like I said, I just want to bring you guys the best fights. I don't want no more tune-ups. I want the top level guys, as fresh as they come. I want to unify. I want champions. I don't really care for the belts. The belts are nice, but I want the names. I want the names. I want the that high level elite competitiveness of what these champions bring. That's what I want. That's what I'm searching for. Is the names, is what fighter is going to bring the best out of me, and what fighter is going to evolve me into an even better fighter. Like I said, I'll do whatever it takes to give you guys the best of the best. And after this fight, God willing, everything comes out in my favor, then hey, we'll go back to the drawing board and we'll talk with my team, and we'll see what offers, what opportunities are there to be made, what fights are there to be made, dude. And like I said, I just wanna keep doing what I do best, and that's train and fight.
Well, fortunately for you, the names are the ones that got the belts.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're in a great position, brother. You're in a great position, and I'm rooting for you, man.
Thank you.
I'm rooting for you, man. I really am, man. I've become more comfortable already, rooting for you. I've been, I'm at comfort, man, because you're a man and you have character. I'm really big on character, man. I'm really big on character. And I've been around a lot of fighters that got, they could be brilliant in the ring, but if they got horrible character, I'm like, oh my God, man, it's like horrible, man. So you have a lot of character, and I appreciate that, man. And I appreciate your time. I don't want to hold you all night, because I know you want to get in. What video game you about to go play, man?
Probably just I recently just downloaded Rock Band. I've been playing with the guitar.
Oh, the rock.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Trick. Go ahead.
One more question, man. How did you come up with the name The Heartbreaker, man? I gotta get this.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, the Heartbreaker came. Mind you, I have three siblings. I have my older brother, which is a former world champion, Omar Figueroa. I have my sister, Omaira Figueroa, and then it's me, and then I have my little brother. So back in Mexico, remember when I told you guys about my family just crossed over to the border city of Huexico, which is the American state, city, I mean, where my family built, where I still live right now, our family home, whatever. So back then, my older brother, he was introduced to boxing because they would bully him. My dad taught him for self-defense, and then my brother beats me by 7 years. So by the time I was like 3-4 years old, I was already sparring. I was already doing like a little prelim fight show for the fans there, where my older brother would fight. So my brother was already like 11, 12. My brother was already, I want to say, 4 years deep in boxing, so he was already really, really good. He was already fighting a lot amateurly in Mexico. And, my dad would throw me in there, just the little exhibition shows with my cousin, and people would throw me money. So then as I started getting older, I started competing in the same amateur shows as my older brother. So people would love to see me fight. And I remember, mind you, that every time my mom crossed the border to Mexico, they would always question her because I was super white complected. I'm the only white complected from my family, and I'm the only one with blue eyes. So they would question my mom, the border patrol, and ask her if she kidnapped an American baby because I was so white.
Wow.
I was so white, and my eyes were so blue that my family is, my mom's brown eyes, my siblings are brown eyes, dark eyes. I was.
Oh.
Yeah, so they would question her. They would think that she would kidnap the baby, or she was babysitting an American family's baby. So they would always question her upon crossing. So I was super white complected, blue eyes. So I would walk in the gym where I was in a fight in Mexico, and there was a little row of girls, and they would be like, "Oh my God, here comes a heartbreaker," which is in Spanish is el rompecorazones.
Okay.
So ever since then, my dad picked up the nickname, and when they were called me up to fight, when I didn't have a nickname, so my dad said, "You know what? We're gonna give him the Heartbreaker because that's what the girls called them." And
That's cool, man.
That is cool, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Great story.
That is funny as hell.
Yeah.
Oh man. So you don't know where in your bloodline with the blue eyes came from. You don't know where.
Well,
you don't know.
Well, my dad has green eyes. And he's a little bit more white complected, but both parents are full bred Mexicans. So I have some Spaniard blood or something. I don't know.
That's like when we look at Canelo, we're like, how'd that happen?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's funny as hell. I gotta make that a short.
Or hey, listen to this. Or when we see Chavez and Chavez Senior, like Chavez Senior, like 5'5".
Yeah. So how the hell Junior
6'3".
get like 6'9"? What the hell? How'd that happen?
Yeah.
My gosh. That's the joke. They were like, yo, Canelo's the most Irish Mexican we've ever seen.
Yeah,
My
pretty
gosh.
much.
Yo, but Brandon, thank you, man. Thank you so much. And we're gonna do a more detailed breakdown when we get closer to the fight. And after the fight, we're gonna hit you up, brother. We're gonna hit you up, but you have a home here. Whenever you need us to market something for you, do not hesitate, brother. Do not hesitate.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much, good brother. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Stormy. Thank you,
Appreciate you,
Drew.
brother.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, all the listeners, viewers, the people that commented. Appreciate you guys. Tune in February 1st.
Yes, sir.
Watch this interview. Thank you guys once again for the opportunity, and let's get it, baby.
Absolutely, good brother.
And I'll
Good
send
luck.
this to Steph. I'll send this to Steph.
Absolutely.
Hey, shout out to Steph though. Steph's cool, man.
Yes, she
He's
is.
cool. So big shout out to him for accepting this fight, and hey, we're here to give the fans what they want. So thank you guys.
Thank
All right,
you.
man.
All right.
We'll talk to you soon, good brother.
He's
Thank
right.
you so much.
Bye-bye.
Take care, Brandon.
Man, that was crazy. Salute, Gerard. I don't know what the hell's going on. You know my StreamYard froze? My
Did it?
StreamYard froze. Yeah, it just unfroze. Salute, Gerard. Yeah, Gerard was on my channel, on Stormy channel. Either way, it's
Well, I
so
was
good.
restreaming it, to my
Yeah.
channel, but my camera was freezing, but I'm listening to the playback on my phone and on my tablet. It never froze there. So
What the hell is going on, man? This shit crazy. But salute to Gerard, man. I see y'all in the chat, man. I appreciate you guys, man. I'm a bigger supporter of man, I
Yeah,
get
I
happy.
didn't even know you were gonna have him on tonight, but it turned out to be a perfect timing because,
Well, timing. Yeah.
like I said, that my breakdown video, I think it uploads on the 30th,
Mhm.
and I'm checking my date on my calendar here. Yeah, on the 30th, and I think that's a Wednesday, right? I think so.
Yes.
And yeah, because I got a breakdown for him, I got a breakdown for the Isak Cruz, and of course I got the breakdown for David and David. That'll be the 31st. So, and I put Brandon and Steven's video on the day before. So that's the pecking order that I chose to go with it. So that's exciting. Glad I had a chance to talk to the young man, and now he makes me feel even better, having spoken to him directly about how I feel about him as a fighter. It's like, I told you, Drew, I told you, I be looking at these guys, I look at them a different way. I don't, and I did not know him until tonight, but he reveals certain aspects about himself that go into why I look at him and feel a favor for him and what his accomplishments have been in the ring. And I'm gonna tell you guys something. You look at his body of work over the past 6 fights and see who's fought the best fighters.
This guy is this guy's amazing. Salute, Clarence. I see you, man. We gotta get Clarence McClain on the panel, man. No Doug Zone in the building.
Clarence.
Yo, Trick, you did it again, brother.
Appreciate it. And listen to this, man. We just had him on there. Why Ryan Garcia can't act like that? You know what I'm saying? Like
you know why he can't act like that, Anthony. Check it out. What stock is he from? When Drew saw him and saw his dad at that press conference, you asked him a question, didn't you, Drew? He just looked at you, but he never acknowledged what you asked.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna look for the clip. I'll play it for y'all. Shorts.
Yeah, but overall, man, I've always liked Brandon Figueroa, liked his style. That fight with him and Steve Cool Boy the first time around, it was close. It was really close. And sometimes I go back and watch fights again, and I be like, damn, I missed that. I missed this. I missed that. Mm-hmm. But that fight there, man, could have went either way. But he got back in. He's ready. You know what I'm saying? So talking with his people and just having him on here now, man, very, very humble young man. Much respect to him.
Yeah, much respect to him. And this is what Stormy was talking about. Henry said Ryan was trolling with his behavior. And this is when I asked Henry Garcia. Well, just watch it. This is what I asked him. This was at the Barclays, y'all. Hey Henry, does trolling involve missing weight?
Guys, you gotta go upstairs. You can't be down here.
Told to go down here.
Haney or Tape? You think Haney's still better?
You know that little motherfucker heard me. I was the tallest one standing there, pointing my camera down. When I asked him, he looked me right in my face.
Yeah, he looked right at you.
He know he heard me, man. Now you see, listen to what Ryan Garcia says, right? And how he behaves. There's no comparison between him and Brandon.
Yeah.
Like, and he's one of the people, I didn't want to say his name tonight, but when you when you talk about character, listen to what Brandon Figueroa had to say today. Listen to what he had to say tonight. And then
Brandon, the way he represented in tonight, make you want to go out and buy a ticket to his fight.
Yep.
Thank you.
All by the pay-per-view.
And if anybody, if if the PBC is a sinking ship, because I don't know what's going on. If the PBC is a sinking ship, I will support every card that Brandon is on. I don't care if he's the opening fight. I'll purchase it just because he's there. He not only marketed himself, but because he's a PBC fighter, I will spend money to watch him. I already like Benavidez and Morel. You know, I don't have a problem with a lot of PBC fighters. But Brandon, for me, he solidified me spending $80 to watch an event because I not only support the fighters on the card, but I support him in particular. You see how one interview could make a change? You see what I'm talking about? So when they say, oh, the YouTube guys, this is what we do. This is what we do. I am now more of a supporter of Brandon Figueroa. And this is no shade to Scooter at all. We are talking boxing. All right? But this young man just made me more of a supporter with his character today. We got to know him as a man. And now we see how he operates in the ring because it comes from a place in his heart. Yep. His behavior is second nature. And this is why I played you the Henry Garcia. Look at what he did with that question, how he avoided it. Look at how he ran around trying to justify his son's actions. And look at what Brandon said about his parents, how they raised them. Brandon comes from good stock. It's the same thing I said about, I was wondering, I said, Daniel Dubois, he just keeps on trucking. Why is he not bothered with everything that's being said and da-da-da-da-da? And then I saw an interview with his father. Now it makes sense. The man comes from high stock because he has a father in his life. Brandon had a father and a mother in his life.
And I'm going to tell you something. Like I said before about the sport of boxing, if you know what you're looking at, you can see these things. You got the Fondora family.
That's right.
You got Devin Haney. Yep. I mean, there are people out here, even Deontay Wilder.
That's right.
There are people out here.
I met Deontay's father, by the way, but yes.
But there are people out here that are representing in the proper way. But I'm going to tell you, there is a force and an agenda to not promote that.
That's right.
They'd rather have a society full of misfits, criminals, and, you know, folks that are twisted backwards and all of that, because that's easier to maintain and control. But when you have people who operate under this other auspice, those are people of intellect.
That's right.
Meaning you just can't tell them anything and it be good. And you can't just tell them where to go and things of that nature because they are independent of thought and action. And that's all we try to say. We put the message out there in many different ways, but at the same time, our society has dumbed itself down to this degree, which leads me to my saying that I put out there all the time. Everybody ain't gonna make it.
Ain't gonna make it. Right. And I'm cool with that because I ain't got no problem leaving people behind.
No.
Don't. I'm not Bush number 2. No child left behind. If you're a child, you need to be left on your behind. Behind. Get out of here. Get out of here. That's what my dad used to say. Get out of town. That's an old school saying. Get out of town, man. Get out of here. Get away from us. We moving over here, man. Yo, Trick, you did it again, brother, man. Much love and appreciation, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I thought you might hit Stormy up. I should hit you up, Stormy, and told you Brandon Figueroa was going to be on. But
hey, I'm glad for the surprise. I'm not disappointed at all. It's just that, you know, if you had seen me early in the show when I recognized that this is what it was going to be, I was excited. I was like, yeah, man, this is great. Plus, I had done the video already. Mm-hmm. I told you, for those fights that week, my videos are done already.
That's right. I love hearing that ping. I get all your notifications. That's crazy, man. I get all of them, man. But next week, I'm looking to have another guest on. I ain't going to tell you who it is. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'll tell you, Stormy. But Trick, you make sure you're available for next week because I'm gonna have a guest up here, man. But man, salute to y'all, man. You already know. Go ahead, Trick.
I'm gonna get this out anyway. I was wanting to tell you earlier. They're working on doing a Penitentiary 4.
Oh, I know.
Okay. You know. Okay, then, well,
You know what? Hang out. When I enter, I got something to share with y'all. I know. But yeah, man. Salute to y'all. Your Trick, let them know how they can find you.
you can hit me up on Facebook, Anthony Carter. That's my government name. I'm Trick_Noty on Instagram. Holler at me. You can chop it up behind the scenes. And it's a great show, man. Thank y'all for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Anytime, brother. You have an open invite. I don't give a fuck. You have an open invite for real. Stormy, let them know how they can find you.
Everybody can find me right here on YouTube, man, and look for me on Patreon as well. It's Stormy B, man. That's Stormy B in all caps, but no cap.
That's right.
Love that, man. And I'm on Patreon too. It's pinned at the top. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get it raw and uncut over there because there's a lot of things that I've learned I can't say on YouTube, but I have no problem saying it on Patreon. So y'all come and support over there. I appreciate you. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Man, salute to Brandon Figueroa. I am a super supporter of his now. And coming from me, because y'all know how I feel about a lot of these fighters. Coming from me, that's a feat in itself. Man, salute to y'all.
You know what that, and I'm going to tell you something. See, now, like as we go through like these circumstances like this, having a guest on like Brandon tonight, then go back and look at how I talk about fighters and critique them and put certain fighters that might be more popular in name and even accomplishment or status or whatever. And then I be hitting up on someone like him for more reasons. And people be like, oh man, this is why. This is why. That's a guy you could take and go to the top.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about what pulls guys off the rails. You don't have to worry about that.
Right.
But then you got some guys who might be far more talented. Even might have a background of amateur and this and that. And you are on your way with this person, trying to take them to the top. And then here comes somebody whispering in their ear. And next thing you know, they leaving you and going over there. And you didn't even do anything wrong. It's just that they don't have character.
No character.
They don't have that is supposed to be there at the root of what you're doing. So if that's not there, Tank Davis, then you shouldn't be putting all your eggs in that basket.
Yep.
You shouldn't.
That's right.
But see, it's a hard knock life of lessons for people when they don't want to listen to that. So that's cool because everybody ain't gonna make it.
Damn right. Teachable lesson. That's why I tell you I don't be late for class. Until next time, Nerd Zone Culture tomorrow night. I'm not gonna do a live tomorrow morning. I got some doctor's appointments. I'm almost 50, y'all, so I got to make sure everything's running correctly. I'm at that age, so
all about that.
Yeah. Make sure y'all take care of y'all health, which I've been doing. But I got to get follow-ups and shit like that. So we good. No live tomorrow. I don't know. I might pop up in the afternoon and do something. I don't know. I do things like that. But it's gonna be an interesting week. We got a lot of news to cover, and y'all stay blessed. The Queen should be coming up soon. Let's go support our queens. And we'll catch y'all on the rebound. Y'all hang out, fellas. I'm going to talk to y'all real quick. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.